everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Airport CEO. I certainly hope you're having a wonderful day because I'm certainly excited to be back for part 4 of our adventure with Newt Newt Belfast City Airport. Things are going pretty well. Things are definitely going pretty well. We are actually making money. Not a lot of money, but we're definitely making money. We have a very, very busy day planned for today. It is Tuesday and we have 19 flights scheduled to come through the airport, which is a pretty big deal because we have one runway, and if any one of these gets delayed, it might cause problems for the other flights. But I'm hopeful and somewhat confident that we're not going to see any problems, but I might be wrong. We shall absolutely see. It does seem like we have a bunch of people who are coming into the airport at the moment and sitting around. I assume some of those people are going to be waiting to go to a gate of some sort. No flight scheduled at this gate currently. Flight CL434 to Norwich is currently at that particular check-in, and then CL955 to Norwich as well is at that one. So those guys are waiting around for their check-in to open before they then head through security and onwards to everywhere else. So we've got a lot of people moving through the airport at the moment. We're going to have a lot of people moving out into departures. Seems like nobody's really interested. Oh, no, I take that back. This guy here was kind of keen to... they do actually sit in there. Oh, that's pretty neat. I didn't realize they actually sat in there. It also looks like the models are like... I can't tell if they're 2D or 3D models. I don't really know which, but they're very strange looking either way. This guy's complaining about something else now, which, I mean, he can do. It's entirely his choice to complain. Don't know what he's complaining about, though. Either way, I am going to go to items, and I think we might decide to throw some sofas in here. That might not be a terrible idea just to get some extra seating in there. It does look like this place is going to be a little bit busy, and it is nice to see that people are actually deciding to, you know, visit the store before their flights come in. The first flight of the day is going to be landing at 5 a.m. It's going to be CL434 followed by 955. We have no gates currently active, which is fine. So there's the first flight of the day coming in. And we have the flight being handled at the moment. So it's going to be refueled. It's going to have baggage taken off and loaded up. This flight's going to get refueled as well. Then we should see another refueling truck come out for this one. And then this one, and so on and so on. The airport is going to be very, very busy this morning. But my hope is that we can make some very nice money, because all of these flights are going to be due to leave very close to each other. So I'm definitely keen to see some good stuff from this. Definitely keen indeed. I'm also noticing some weird frame rate stuff with this game, where it seems to like to lock in anywhere. It does like 60 FPS, it locks there, then it locks at like 50, then it jumps down to 30. It's kind of weird the way the frame rate in this game works. It seems to lock in a lot, but it is what it is. Either way, a lot of people moving through check-in at the moment. We got all of the flights gearing up to move out. We are most certainly making money. We should see these flights going as well. So 3,100 from you, then 3,100 from you as well. And once you board up as well, we should see 3,100 from you. So yeah, we got plus 10,000 in that particular hour. And we should see, once this plane here leaves, this bunch come in and we'll get another nice bunch of money there as well. So this guy's gearing up to leave as this one comes in. So yeah, we are most certainly making money, which has me very, very happy. Now what I'm thinking is that we are going to need to look into getting the medium-sized stands. And the way we're going to have to do that, I think, is by putting the medium stands here. So sort of like oriented like this, so that we can still have the service road connected there. So a medium stand is going to go there. I'd really like to see about getting one more small stand in here, though. I think that might be a nice idea. So I'm going to do 2 layers of tarmac there, another 2 section of service road, and then I would like to put another small stand just there. So that should be fine. we're going to need to have 4 tiles to the right of the stand entrance, which is right at the end there. So if we go to here, go to foundation, go 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. That'll let us get the seats in there. And if I go 1, 2, 3, that'll let us continue straight down with a section for a medium stand as well. So we'll do that kind of thing there. We'll take out that section of wall. We'll take out that section of wall. And we can go ahead and say that this needs to be upgraded to concrete. And we could get another small stand there if I really wanted to. I don't think I'll bother. I think that would be a silly decision to make. But we could absolutely do that if we wanted to. But for the meantime, let's just go ahead and put in the concrete foundations for the taxiway. We can get that all hooked up a little bit later on as well. And what I want to do is go ahead and start putting in the medium stands. So we have room for 1 right there, and I think the 1 is all I'm really going to want for the time being. So put a medium stand there. We are going to need to bring some concrete service roads over to there, which will connect up quite nicely. And obviously this is all very, very expensive. This is a very, very expensive process doing all this stuff, but I'm definitely keen to get it done. I'd also like to go ahead and put in a large door there. And if we go to items, we can also go ahead and put in the boarding desk as well as the gate seating that we do the whole way along here. So all of that can go in. We're obviously going to need to set this all up as a secure area as well. We'll do that shortly. But I do also want to go ahead and put in the airport screens so that people can get information on their flights over here. I don't know if these screens actually do anything, but it's kind of nice to have them, so we'll do it anyway. Then if we go into flooring, we want to grab this one right here. Actually, no, we want to, well, yeah, we can grab this. So it's going to come over. This one right here is going to come over like that. Is going to come right down the middle. And we're going to have the dark blue-ish one going around the edges like this, which should make that whole area just look that little bit better, which I'm very much okay with. I'm also going to put the blue flooring underneath all of the doors because they don't currently have it, and I'd kind of like it. So just the whole way along there, just like that. So this right here, we are going to need to get this working, so let's go ahead and start connecting up this stand. We are going to need to rename that to gate 6. We need to set the pushback point to there. We need to set up the taxiway nodes coming down to it. And then I think we can open the stand, which we absolutely can. And we open it to commercial as well, connecting it to our standard baggage bay over there. So there we go. That gives us a 6th small stand, which means I do absolutely want to look into contracts. I want to absolutely look into airlines, which we have a lot of. We have some medium requests here. So if we look at airlines, and I just pause the game real quick, we don't want to bring in medium flights yet. I want to look at small and stick with the small ones. So this is 10 medium class flights. Not really looking for that. We need to make sure that we're bringing in small ones. That's annoying because that did say small. So you are, let's see, who else we got here? Medium, 13 medium class flights. We really don't want medium flights. I really want small ones. 10 medium class flights. Oh boy, there's a lot in here. Can we just get the small ones? What about cheap? So that's 7 light class flights. That's what we're going for. So we'll sign that, and that's fine. We want to go for another cheap one, which is 6 light flights, and we'll bring those in. And we want to go for another cheap one right there, which is 7 light flights, so we'll bring those in. And what I want to do is go to the flight planner and make sure that Wednesday is set up to be a very busy day. So all of these flights are going to go in exactly the same way they did before. They are going to be 15 minutes apart on their landing. I could probably get them closer. To be honest, we could probably bring them in a bit closer. But I'm not going to bother too much with that. So you're going to be 5:45 in the morning. You are going to be 6 in the morning. And then you are going to be 6:15 in the morning. So that's all of those flights lined up really nicely, actually, which is great news. We can get those out of the way in one go. The Maple flights are going to start coming in at, if that one leaves at 9:15, we want to do 9:30. And then we want to do 9:45, and so on, basically. All right, so another pretty packed day tomorrow. We can come back to the flight planner shortly and get more. That'll make us some decent money, which is great news. I don't know if this thing here is actually connected or not. I really have no idea. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the boarding desk for this flight effectively, I think, like right in front of it might be an idea. It does need to be in a secure area, though, so let me just go to this and say that that whole space is also secure. That's also secure. Then the boarding desk goes just like that, I think. And then the gate seating can go pretty much there and there and there. With this being a much bigger flight, I think it's going to be a good idea to just have a bit more gate seating on the go. I think getting some airport screening there is probably not a bad idea, possibly doubling it up a little bit. And hopefully, maybe we could throw a little bit down there as well, just to, you know... No, we probably don't need that. That's probably fine. So we'll get that all built up. There's probably going to be some people complaining about, you know, food or whatever, or the distance that they have to cover. I don't really know. In the meantime, let's go ahead and start building the taxiways, because the taxiways do need to be upgraded. So we're going to stick with concrete, but we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to go out. So 5 by 6, I think, is what we're going to need. So 5 by 6 there. Then this needs to go 5 by whatever to there. This is going to be really expensive. But we need to upgrade basically, you know, all of these stretches of taxiway, which is going to be really, really tricky to do. So I'm going to go run and upgrade this entire inner section of taxiway first, just like so. So that's now all upgraded. We need to go upgrade these bits as well, and that bit. And we need to do that bit, and then all of the outer parts as well. Now, the small bits of taxiway leading to the small stands don't need to be changed, but all of the bits of taxiway going around here need to be changed. Or at least this is what I've been told. I don't know if this is actually true, but we might as well do it whilst we're here. Obviously, a lot of money to do this, but potentially worth it. Kind of want to get that bit gone there. So there we go. We're going to get that all built. We do need to set the pushback point on the... Actually, no. We need to get the taxiway nodes in there first. So we are going to be waiting a little while. The good news is in a couple of hours, we're going to have flights coming through. So we're going to see a lot of people moving through the airport. Hopefully in a reasonable manner. We shall absolutely see. Either way, it is nice seeing the taxiways, you know, grow a little bit there. I'm kind of excited for what today might hold. I'm kind of looking forward to potentially making, you know, a whole shed load of cash. Obviously, we don't have that much. Obviously, our total funds are, you know, lacking a little bit. But I'm confident, I'm fairly confident that we can do some good stuff here. So you're going to come in, you're going to go to gate number 1. We should actually go ahead and start connecting you up. So connect you to that and rename that to gate 7, which is fine. Your pushback point is probably already set, but that's probably something I want to connect up anyway. So taxiway nodes basically need to come in like this and connect to there. And then if we set your pushback point to, I believe it's set already, you're going to be set to commercial. Connect your baggage bay all the way over there. It's quite a distance, but we should be okay. Then open that stand. That should be everything we need to do, and I don't think we need more airport staff for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to say 7 I'm going to say that's gate 1B. Because no, actually, no, that is going to be gate 7. That'll be fine. So gate 7 is going to be a medium gate. I want to go and see if we can grab some, I want to see if we can get any contracts here that are going to be for medium flights, but not something like 14 medium flights in 3 days. This actually is going to need 2 check-in desks each as well. So some of these are going to be pretty hefty. 15 flights. That's a small one. That's 10 medium class flights. Can we stick with the small ones? 3 light class flights, 6 mediums. That we could do. That we could do. So let's sign that from Maple. Let's go to our flight planner and see what we can do for Wednesday. So Maple has this one here, which, I mean, so that's a medium flight. That's medium. That's small. That's medium as well. So let's see if we can, let's grab the medium ones first and set them on gate 7 and try and get them out of the way. So then what we do is we put a small one in at that time. And we throw another small one just there as well. So for every medium flight, we can sort of get 2 small flights in at the same time, whilst we have the 1 runway. So obviously we're going to need to upgrade our runway at some point. Either way, this flight's going to come in at, let's say 9:15. And then at 9:30... I'd like to bring in a, we'll go to this gate just because we can. So at 9:30, I want to bring in a small flight. And then at, do we have any small flights left? We actually don't. So that's fine. That's actually okay. So 1:15, 1:30. And then I think we're going to have to go to the next day. Actually, we're not. So 5:45 there. Then on Friday, we can get the 2 medium flights as well. So starting at 5 in the morning. And then at 9:15 as well. So those medium flights can come in. We are probably going to need some more runways. But I'm excited to see those flights come through. I'm also thinking if we can grab ourselves another cheap contract from Stripe Air, we can keep everything else nice and busy as well. So if we go to Stripe Air here, after this flight, 15 minutes after that one lands, we can bring in a Stripe Air flight. Then 15 minutes after you land, we can bring in another Stripe Air flight. And then, 15 minutes after that as well. And then similar story here, we can bring in more Stripe Air flights. So at 5:45, we want to go to 6 o'clock. And then we want to go to 6:15. And if we do that, does that line up with, I don't think that lines up with the departure of a medium, so we're going to chance this and see if it works. Because we might be able to get 3 small flights for every 1 medium. But I'm curious. I'm really, really curious. So it's going to be tomorrow. It's going to be Thursday that we see our first medium flights coming in. We could have got one tonight, probably, but not going to stress too much about that. I don't think there's any real rush to bring the medium flights in. We're going to repair the runway. We're going to start repairing all of these as well. Going to be very expensive to repair all of these. It always is really expensive to keep these maintained, but we got to do it. We got to keep the small stands working. They're currently the only thing keeping this airport afloat, so if those things break down, we definitely have a problem. But I will say I'm really excited. Like I said, really excited to get some medium flights in. I want to see what kind of money we make. I want to see what kind of numbers start pouring through the airport as well. Because we might very well need to upgrade the check-in system. We might very well need to bring more staff in as well. I'm not sure that we will. Because we do have a decent number of staff, in the staff room. I'm also thinking it might be an idea to maybe go ahead and find a way to have a security exit back into this area over here so staff don't have to go out of the airport and around, but that's not really a priority. What I would like to do, though, whilst we're here, is go to areas and go to shop. And I want to make this a 13 by 11 shop. We'll go into items. We'll go to a bunch of small shelves and throw those in like this. and see if we can, you know, maybe make a nice little shop here. Maybe take some of those shelves out and just space this out a little bit differently. So something like that. We can get some medium shelves as well whilst we're here. Then large shelves as well whilst we're here, I suppose. Can I change those up at all? I sort of can. I'll do that kind of thing, maybe. I don't know. Do that kind of thing. Maybe throw another small shelf in the middle. Maybe get rid of the mediums too and see if we can do something interesting with those. Oh, I did not want to rotate. We'll do that kind of thing with the mediums. We are going to need a shop cashier, which is going to be that way, I think. I really have no idea. We'll get one of those there at least, and, you know, maybe another one there. Then if we sign a contract, we can actually bring in a 2-star shop. We can't bring in a 3-star, so we'll bring in Fly Go, which I don't know what they do, but we'll bring them in. So there we go. We're going to have a shop as well as a small cafe over here, which I'm really excited about. So anyway, it's tomorrow, right? Yeah. Wednesday is going to be business as usual. Where are you going? Oh, you're going around that way? Interesting. Never really seen a plane go that way before, but okay. So you're going to go to there. You're going to line up in the runway. And you're going to take off, and you're doing the same. So we did get some money. We got 10,000 in that hour, which is great news. So again, even though we're sitting at less than 400,000, we are making money. It's just that I'm spending so much of it. My hope, though, is that with, you know, a medium stand over here, we can maybe start to make some cash. That's definitely the goal. That is most definitely the goal. A lot of people coming into the shop here as well, but they're complaining because the shop doesn't actually exist, which is kind of odd that the shop doesn't exist. I'd really like my workers to build that. I'll be honest. I'm just not really seeing them. Where are they? Where are my workers actually? What are you guys doing? Oh, they're still working on the taxiway, of course. That'll be why they're not doing it. Got really confused for a second there, really concerned that my workers had maybe, like, you know, given up on their contract or something. But no, they're still working. They're just focusing on expanding the taxiway, which is actually a really good thing, because if they weren't doing that, then tomorrow might roll around and we might not actually have the taxiways to support the medium aircraft. So this is definitely a good thing. And there we go, another 10,000 going to be coming in this hour as all these flights depart. 12,000, 15,000, so yeah, 16,000. So yeah, definitely a profitable space of time. The builders just built the shops as well, which is great news. So as people come into the airport, which they should be doing shortly, there should already be people, yep, at the gates. Some people are going to go to the shops, which I'm quite excited about. I'm also thinking I might build some shops out here so people who haven't gone through security yet can maybe buy some things. But the shops outside of security in airports are always kind of garbage, to be fair. Because they're always like, hey, here's all the stuff you can buy, but not take with you into that other room. That's basically what security is, or the pre-security shops are. So I don't know if that's a thing you want to do. I do want to go ahead and build a service road here, though. Oh, I didn't realize I could search for things. I want to build a section of service road just here, because I want that to be like a space where they can turn, so they don't have to go down to here. I'm also going to build a little bit there as well, and maybe we'll do a bit of service road there as well. So instead of doing tarmac the way we've been doing over here, which I might actually, I think I'm going to do that the whole way along, so maybe the service vehicles can turn on those bits. I don't know if that'll actually do anything, but I'm curious. I'm curious to see if that'll actually help us out at all. It does also give me enough room over here for another small stand if I really want one. So we'll space that out a little bit and maybe throw a small stand in there. We'll see. We'll absolutely see what happens. Now it is, you know, quite late on Wednesday. All of our flights have left. I would really like to see if we can change the restricted flight time stuff. I'd like to have more flights. So I wonder if maybe we need to open up to the CIO and HR director. So let's go to applicants. Let's go to Chief Information Officer, where there are apparently no applicants. No, there we go. So you want a lot, but you're not really pleasant. You're pretty good, so we'll hire you. And then we also want the HR director, which is going to be one of you. You're all right, and you're quite cheap. You're pretty good, and you're all right. So we're going to go for you. You're the cheapest, and you're kind of all right, so you'll do the job. That puts us in a spot now where the board is completely full, which is great because it actually means I can go to budget, and I think I can start changing salaries once we... well, we do have an HR director, so I don't know what's up with that. CFO as well. Maybe we need to research that stuff. So if we go to procurement, what do we got in here? Travel documents, mind readers, all that kind of stuff. Not really seeing anything. No structures currently. That's fine. Maybe we'll get the anti-spam filter. That'd be kind of nice. Am I longing for more data inside the system's review? Allows me to track and review in real time where the targeted person has been. The travel document scanner, I think we'll just unlock that as well. I think I might just go through and unlock everything, although that's very expensive, so maybe we'll not do that. The generic baggage scanner, I don't think we'll bother. So yeah, I think we're doing all right. We have these contracts in here. We don't need loans. So this is our budget. Oh, so this is... Right, so passenger handling fee. Can I bring that up to, like, 20? I'm not going to charge for bathrooms. I'm going to say that medium aircraft... So small stand parking's 50. Medium stand parking, I assume that might be for general aviation. Light aircraft fee, I'm going to bring that up to 450. And medium aircraft is 1,600. And we'll see if they like that. I don't really care if they do or do not. We have an HR director. I don't know why this isn't letting me do anything. I'm not too concerned about that. It is what it is, I suppose. So we'll see how that ends up going. Let's just go ahead and keep the simulation running then and see if we can, you know, get it to 5 a.m. and get it to a point where we see these medium aircraft come in, because I'm really hopeful. I'm really, really hopeful that we can get some good stuff going. I'm also, let's see... Yeah, so we've got these garbage emails coming through. I've never been looking at these notifications. An employee you can't reach... That was 2 days ago. What is this? An item is broken. An employee can't reach his work position. Locate. You can't reach... So how can you not reach your work position? Is it because you have to go back through security? I feel like that's exactly the problem. I feel like the problem they're complaining about is like... I have to go through this secure area to get... Like, you can get to there to clean that. I feel like these guys are just complaining about the fact that they have to go through security. And I'm not a big fan of the fact that they are complaining about that. Now, these chairs are apparently broken. Which makes me wonder, if we go to employees and go to applicants, do we need service technicians? I don't actually know what you guys do. So I'm going to hire a bunch of them and find out. Because that's broken as well. So, like, who are you? So you're all passengers. That's fine. Are any of you service technicians? I really have no idea. I really have no idea. It seems that stuff is getting fixed around here. So yeah, those guys are actually service technicians. Which is beautiful news. So I'm kind of excited about that. Let's repair the runway a little bit there. Just to get that out of the way. Yeah, so we did need service technicians. Those are the guys that actually fix things. Which is fair enough. Ah, now this is interesting. Security is actually backing up a little bit. So we are probably going to want to look into ways to upgrade that. I don't know what those ways would be currently. But assuming these guys can actually get through in time, which it looks like they will. Yeah, so they all got through in time. The plane hadn't even landed by the time those guys finished going through security. So I hear the plane. Plane's coming in. We got MP470. Which is great news. So that's coming in. Bunch of people going to get off of that flight. And they're all going to head through into arrivals. A bunch of them probably going to sit around and wait for their baggage to get off the plane, which is obviously to be expected. I feel like I want to expand the baggage area. Not necessarily to put more baggage claim in there, but just so that they have somewhere to sit. So if we do like another 4x4 space there, and another space there, don't know why I'm lagging, we can go ahead and maybe take out that wall and take out that wall. Then we could put another set of baggage carousels in here if we wanted to, but what I'm really interested in is putting in some of the gate seating so that these guys actually do have somewhere that they can sit around. I'm going to try and do it this way, though, to get as much of it in here as possible. So just a bunch of that, and we'll throw another one. I'd love to throw another one there, but we're not going to be able to do that, so that's fine. So yeah, we'll just, maybe just, you know, throw a, well, you know what? Let's just leave it like that for the time being. Then we can put more baggage carousels in here if necessary, which it currently isn't, I don't think. And we'll see what ends up happening. I think that might be the idea here. We're basically going to see what ends up happening. I'm also realizing that we can't technically set this entire area as baggage claim, unfortunately. So that is going to be its own separate waiting area. So what I'm going to do is pause real quick, get rid of that baggage claim space, and then re-add it as that entire space. And there we go. So a bunch of people are sitting up around there, which is great. It seems that I might have bugged out baggage claim slightly by disabling it as a room. But it does look like the baggage is despawning. Some people are complaining about their baggage, but it is what it is. I probably shouldn't have messed with that while people were in the airport, but you live and you learn, so I'll not be doing that again. Anyway, we'll throw that all in there. That gives people a place to sit. We have these medium flights coming through. It seems like everything is functioning according to plan. We have the small flights coming through as well. I'm curious. I mean, we are above 400,000 again. We did just get 5,000. We are immediately making a profit on refueling this plane alone. Once people start boarding this flight as well, we should see even more money come through. Boarding for this flight, of course, opens at 11:24, so it doesn't open for a little while. We will hopefully see some airport staff come over soon enough. But it definitely seems to me like medium flights are the way to go here. It definitely seems to me like that is absolutely the case. Medium flights really are going to be so useful. Also, is that... oh, that baggage car has changed to handle all that luggage. That's really cool. I really like that. So yeah, all those guys boarded the flight. The luggage is not being put on. The flight is due to depart. Boarding closed at 13:15. So boarding hasn't even closed yet, which is great. That is really good news because, yeah, the flight's actually good to go. Interesting. So we just got 11,000 that hour. So it definitely seems to me like we're doing all right. We're definitely doing all right. We got another small flight taking off there. This guy's moving down to the end of the runway and is going to turn and take off. We should see another flight come in. So that's 1,600 just for landing one of those, which I love. I love that a bit. And then 20 per passenger getting off the flight. So yeah, we're making money. We're making money, and it's actually really cool. And I'm really happy about it. Really pleased with that. So basically, I think what we need to do then before we get more medium stands is I think first and foremost, I would like to maybe throw a few more bus stops in here. So there and there. And a few more car drop-off points a little bit later down here as well. I want to throw in some sidewalks around all of that so that we can, you know, go ahead and just handle more people outside of the airport. But then I think our priority is actually going to have to be upgrading the check-in and security areas, which, to be honest, is going to be really difficult. Because I think what we're going to have to do is we're actually going to have to knock out a lot of these pathways down here. And we're going to have to extend right down towards the road. Because we can't extend this way because that's where the gates are. So it's entirely possible the entire section of road's going to have to move. Or we're going to have to just figure out a completely different way to do this. But thus far, I would say we're doing all right. Thus far, I would say things are going pretty well for us. I also really want to move this. I really want to force the deliveries to come in over here rather than right at the front of the airport where everybody else is coming in. But, you know, one thing at a time. We obviously have a lot of people moving through here for check-in for the large flight over here. And to be honest, I probably could... You know, maybe that's what we build in this space. Maybe we build another baggage handling area over here. Maybe. I don't know. I think we might need one, though. You have your passengers, right? I think... Yeah, you're good. We might need one. Because, obviously, this one's quite far away, and we can use the belt tipping system to send baggage to a different area from check-in. That might not be a terrible idea. That might not be a terrible idea to go ahead and actually get a system set up like that. Because that would absolutely put us in a good spot. Anyway, let me check the flight planner before we wrap things up for the day. So we have one more big flight coming in. Friday's relatively empty, so I do want to go ahead and start grabbing some more flights. I want to make sure we're bringing in cheap flights. And I also want to bring in... that's a construction contract. Airlines offered... Wait, what is this? That's actually not bad, but I don't want a construction contract. I want the... So contractors, airlines. Right. I want to make sure that we're bringing in small contracts as well. So... This would be 4 light and 6 medium flights. In 3 days. I think we can do that. I think we can do that. I don't think we need anything else. 15 medium flights would be really good. 6,800 per flight, but that's 15 flights in 4 days. And I can do 4 and 4. Well, actually, we could technically do that. We could technically do that. But we need to take that when we have a completely clear schedule. So if we maybe just fill up Friday... Actually, let's aim for Monday. Because what we can do is we can do 4 medium flights per day. And then we can go ahead and get that contract. Anyway, so these are all small flights. These are all small flights. So CLM is going to come in at 5:15. Actually, let me put them a bit closer together. Let's do 5:10. Let's do 5:20. And let's do 5:30. So we can get a comfortable 3 small flights in there. Then you come in at there. So 9:30 is the first one. And then 9:40. And then 9:50. And we're going to get just as many small flights in there as we can. Now, 10 minutes apart, it's a pretty tight schedule, especially on the departures. That might cause some issues, but I'm thinking we might be okay here. And then we have Skylink, which has some medium flights in there, which is kind of my concern. So let's do medium here. Let's do 1:30. I think I usually give them a bit more space, but whatever. And let's do here, which is going to be 5:45. And then what we want to do is grab the small flights and make sure, so 1:30 is going to become 1:40. Then we need another small flight for 1:50 and another small flight for 2 o'clock. And then if we got other small flights as well, we have 1 small flight left. So that small flight is going to go at about there, I believe. And that'll be fine. So the remaining flights are all mediums. So what we'll do with those is throw them in at 5 a.m. We'll throw this one in at 9:05 is when you depart? No, you depart at 9. So 9... Let's try 910 on that. And then you will leave at 110, so you're going to be 120. And then you're going to leave at, I believe, yeah, 520, so 530. All right, so we have Saturday freed up for 3, 6, 9, 12 small flights, which I'm kind of curious to see if we can grab, actually. If we go to airlines and make sure we're set to airlines only. So airlines, we're looking for cheap options. We're not looking for medium or small. We're looking specifically for cheap options. So right there is 7. Okay. Is there a 6 anywhere? Is there a cheap 6 flights? No, it doesn't. I don't think we get 6s. I think it usually is just 7, isn't it? 7 and 7. All right, let's grab the 7s then and just take a risk with this. So grab 2 contracts for 7 flights each within 2 days is fine. We can do that. Go back to the flight planner. Go to Friday. And what we can do is we can actually throw some of the Maple flights in just over here. So if you're leaving there, you're going to go 10 minutes ahead of that. And you are going to go 10 minutes ahead of that as well. So that right there should be fine. We could technically get another one in there, just looking at it. I don't know how much I want to push this, but that is still within the departure bracket of this medium flight. We could get another one in there, to be honest. I'm going to give it a shot. I'm really going to push it here at the end of Friday and see what we can do. It looks like we honestly could get one more in. So let's really hope that we keep everything on schedule. Because if we do, then that bracket right there is going to be insane for profits. Anyway, we'll head to Saturday. And we'll start as we mean to go on. So 5:10 followed by 5:20 for those flights. And then for you, we'll do 5:30. And would 5:40 be pushing it? No, I think we can do 5:40. That's fine. So you leave at, I believe, 9:15. So then we want to, or you arrive at 9:15. So we want to do 9:25. Then 9:35, 9:45, and 9:55. And then you are in at 1:25, so 1:35 is for you. And we'll see how that goes. We will see how that goes. Friday is a packed day. Thursday has 4 more flights to go, which I'm really excited about because Thursday is making us really good money. And it's definitely seeming to me like we need to get more medium stands. We need to start getting those medium contracts because we need to start bringing in more medium planes. So we are absolutely in need of more contracts like that. That's what I'm realizing here. We absolutely need more medium contracts. So we're going to end up seeing how that goes. And we're going to end up seeing, you know, just how much of a pain in the butt it might be to actually handle that many planes. But I'm actually really enjoying this. I'm really enjoying the management aspects of this. It's really, really fun. I'm having a really good time with this. I'm really excited to see what we can do with these medium flights. I'm really excited. I'm also really curious to see, you know, how long we can keep going with just the one runway. Because what I'm thinking is when it comes to getting another runway, we're probably gonna go for something that kind of goes that way, to be honest. And obviously those runways are therefore sort of crossing over each other, but a runway there is going to be much easier to connect up than a runway up here. Because I don't know what way a runway up here is actually going to work. Will they just drive across the other runway? Because, I mean, technically they can, but do I want them to do that? I don't really know. So, we're gonna find out. We're gonna eventually need another runway. The problem is another runway costs $100,000, so it's a little bit pricey. It is a little bit pricey. How much do I get when you depart? I haven't paid attention to this yet. So when you leave, 4,400, not bad. Not bad at all. And then all these flights are gearing up to leave as well. You're moving down that way. You're actually holding? That's interesting. That's not a hold point, but okay. I guess those runway points, the runway hold points I've got there, don't do anything. Which is fair enough. So there we go. Nearly 10,000 in that hour as well. So that's kind of big. That's kind of big. That's kind of huge. That's really, really cool. It doesn't seem like there's much else I can get in here to unlock. It is worth mentioning, of course, this game is early access. I think I mentioned that at the start. I don't know if I did. Either way. Oh, hold on a minute. So aircraft catering service isn't in yet. We don't use this because we don't actually have general aviation flights coming in. So, yeah, I think we're getting to a point where if we can get a whole shed load more of these, we're going to be set to consider this a relatively successful airport. There is still a lot of work to do. I'm talking as though we're getting towards the end of the series. We're not. But I can see where we need to go, I think. And I think the next thing we need to tackle is increasing the amount of people we can get through check-in at one time, which therefore means we need to increase the amount of people that can go through security at one time. Because if a shed load of people go through check-in, they will bottleneck at security because they're already bottlenecking at security. So check-in needs to be improved, security needs to be improved, and then we're fine. Then we're fine to increase the number of gates we have. We're fine to bring in more medium planes, and I think I still would like to bring in a few more small aircraft as well. I think I'd like to do that. So with that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for today. Thank you kindly for watching. This has been Airport CEO Part 4, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.